This is the Blairing Out with Eric Blair show, and today I'm pleased to have Brenna Red, lead vocalist of the band Fiction Reform. What age did you discover that you could sing?
Oh, I wasn't for a while. I actually started playing drums first for my brother's band, the Basils, and I was like a kid. I was like 12. Just taught me something to play a backbone to his songs, very Ramones kind of style. And then I started playing actual guitar. He taught me a bar chord and wrote my first song, but I wasn't comfortable yet. I still wasn't singing. The first time I actually was comfortable with it, I remember I was in a Sean Quinn's black pickup truck with Kate, his girlfriend at the time, my best friend, and the new Misfits were on the radio. And I was never comfortable singing because I have a low voice. I got made fun of, all that crap. And so I never could sing to girl bands, and the Misfits are on. So I just kind of I'm around close friends, and I belted it out. And I remember he looked back at me like I'm in the back seat, and he just was stunned. He was like, you have a really good voice. I wasn't used to compliments. I was used to just being trashed for it. I was like, really? Like, somebody I trust? I'm like, okay, maybe there's something to it. And then I just kind of slowly got out of my cave. I started singing backups for the band I was in at the time. Then I got more comfortable on stage. And then I realized, hot damn, I love this. I don't want to ever stop. So it was just fun.
How long were you in Civet for?
It's been a long time since then. I'd say maybe 4 to 5 years. I was still in high school when I joined. I think I was just starting high school too. And I was in it maybe till, God, it was before I even started the last gig. Yeah, till about maybe 18 or 19.
How did you meet the girls and become a member of Civet?
Gotcha. Back in the day, there are always stories from back in the day. Liza grew up in Long Beach with her sister, and she wasn't really part of the punk rock scene, but she kind of always tried to be hanging around those guys. And my friend Caesar would always throw backyards, and it was all the skins came, and they're all all the trad skins and all the punks and the Rudies, and we just cook carne asada, party till 2, 3 in the morning because it's in the middle of downtown Long Beach. Nobody gives drinking. And my other band, I played with my best friend Kate, the Eccentrics, played, and I was playing drums, and she just scouted me. She poached me, and she's like, I want you to play in my all-girl band. And I was 15, so I was like, oh, hell yeah, this sounds cool. And then I realized that it's not super cool to be in an all-girl band. There's a lot of clashing, so it kind of just went downhill, and then did my own stuff.
Briefly, tell me the highlights of your time in Civet.
I met my best friend, Jacqueline. Love her to death. Her name was Jackie O in the band. Jacqueline Davis. One of the most amazing women I'll ever meet. She left me at the same time, similar problems. So that was a super cool highlight of that. I also went on my first tour. I actually went to Texas, back and forth. It was, even though we were in a fighting mode at that time, it was cool. My first tour, I went with Dwayne, so it was fun.
Dwayne Peters?
Yeah.
What was that like?
Cool, but weird, because I've spent all this time with him telling stories and hanging out. I've actually been on another tour with him with my other band, and we played a show with him a couple months ago, and he forgets who I am, every time. And then it takes him half an hour. He's like, oh, Brenna. So it's kind of funny. I'm like, Dwayne, my band was on your label. We've been on tour together. How are you forgetting this?
Last Gang.
I was sick of being told what to do and how to do it. I was sick of wearing dresses. I was sick of being something that it was all image and just a bunch of fake punk. And I grew up just with all the kids and I'm not a street kid. I've never claimed to be that. I love my folks. I've always been taken care of. But I've been friends with those people, and that's how I live my life. I was a kid. I was drinking. I was doing stupid things, and I wanted to be true. I wanted to be myself. So I was like, I'm going to write my own music. I'm going to write what I know and what I feel. And I asked my brother to teach me how to play guitar. And I kind of got a little better and just a little better. And then I was like, I got to start my band. I've been looking for musicians forever. I wanted to put the best group together. And about a year after writing songs, I met the guy Garrett at a party. We started jamming, White Stripe style, just me and him. And we're like, we need a bass player. So in came this guy named Johnny Bell, who's now in the Crystal Antlers. And then we just slowly got more people. And then all of a sudden we're a band.
And what did you learn about yourself during your time in the Last Gang?
Don't date bass players. Me and my bass player at the time got married, but it didn't work out for the good. He went on to bigger and better things, and so did I. The main thing I learned in that band is just to own the stage and be yourself.
So how did Joe Strummer and the Clash change your life?
Oh God, it's gonna sound totally cheesy, but like I play music for him, even though he died, and I've never cried over a stranger that I don't know. And he like rocks like Joey Ramone, totally sad that happened, but no big deal to me. I moved on. It's just another person. But Joe Strummer died. I honestly cried a bit because I started playing music. Just like one day, like I could be so good enough so I can play with my idol. And he died. Never gonna happen. But my dream is that maybe I'll be that person.
How did Fiction Reform come together?
Kind of like a super group. It wasn't the typical, story of, we've been friends for years and we just kind of like grew up together. We're all adults now, and we're like, I'm done fucking around playing in bands that are good but not going to go anywhere. I'm so tired of it, and let's do this right. Let's do it right from the beginning. Don't play shows that are small. So we all found each other. Danny, the drummer, knew Chuck from Basement Records, and he's like, you need to get your ass on track because you need to be in a good band. It's about effing time. Okay, cool. So we got a hold of Aaron, and him and Aaron were jamming for a bit. And then Danny knew our bass player, D-Pal, from years ago. Just brought them all in, just one by one. They handpicked who they wanted. And then Aaron remembered me from playing in Savette. He played in a band that we met with back in Arizona. And he's like, let's pull her in, let's audition her. So I belted out these lyrics I wrote to one of their songs they wrote in Danny's car. And they're like, boom. That's it.
What does Fiction Reform mean?
It means reforming fiction. There's a lot of bullshit in the music scene, and it's all about image and glamour, and this is not who I am. And we just want to reform that. We want to just wipe the slate clean, give them good music, give them who we are. We live our lives on our sleeves, and we play just like it. I'm vain. I love putting on makeup, and I love getting all pretty and just doing fashion right. But that's me. That's not the band. The band doesn't have an image, per se. Our image is the music.
Revelation in the palms of the weak. What does that mean?
The kids own the punk rock scene. They own the music scene. And the big businessmen know it. I'm not that young anymore, but when we were kids and we were the ones buying the music, promoting it because we loved to. It was our passion. And the line is actually revelation. A revolution in the palms of the week. I switched the words for a Ramone tribute. Long story.
How did the deal with Basement Records come about?
Danny knew Chuck.
Tattoos.
They all mean something, whether it's stupid or not stupid. First tattoo is a big one on my back. Got a Savette tattoo. Don't know if I'm going to cover it up or not. I might keep it because it was good memories. Like I said, I met Jacqueline, and I grew up a little bit in music. I got one for Strummer because obviously I play music for that. I got Last Gang tattooed on my arm because it's kind of like a gang tattoo. I thought it was kind of stupid and cheesy, but I did it anyways, and it was free. I got my lip tattooed, 5446, because, again, the Clash, the Joe Guitar Doors, who in turn stole that from Toots and the Mytals. And the back of my legs are tattooed because that was for my best friend, Kate.
I love that.
She had an idea of doing diamonds, spades, clubs, and hearts all to back up her legs. And before she did it, I did it first. I'm like, I got this for you, boo. And she's like, you son of a bitch. So I got that. I got my stomach tattooed with these guitars, Hollow Bodies, which was my brother's first electric guitar. And he's the one that taught me how to play music. So that's for my brother. I have a tattoo of the Liberty Bell from San Pedro that I got with my husband at the time. Because we had this continuity breakout of a night. So I got it tattooed on my arm. Typical mom and dad, because they're probably the most important people in my life. I love them more than they know. And I think that's it for right now.
What inspired the song Mr. Ava Braun?
So Mr. Ava Braun is Hitler.
Okay.
We've gotten actually blackballed from a couple things because of that song. Nothing to do with racism, nothing to do with that at all. The meaning of the song, actually, if you listen to the words, it's about the Antichrist. And supposedly through history, he's one of them. And in the book of Revelation, it's actually interesting to study from a logical point of view, not just a religious. They say that there's been 2 Antichrists so far. And it's always a debate who it is. And everybody's for sure Hitler's the other one. And so I throw out the other ones like Mussolini, Stalin, Pope Innocent III, who's an evil. And it's all about this person who I think is the Antichrist. I hate them with a passion. And so, like Revelation says, there's going to be a third coming, and that'll be the end of the world. So the whole song's naming all these Antichrists, and it's like all these evil guys, they got nothing on you because you're insane and you're evil, and you're the third coming of the Antichrist. So that's it. It's not racist. It's hatred. Big difference.
How would you define the word love?
Tragic.
Fashion sense.
Pants and a leather jacket.
What brings you the most peace in your life?
My parents. And wine.
How much input did you have on the new album?
Not as much as I had with Last Gang. Actually, they had more to do with it than I did. They wrote all the music. I just kind of came in and wrote the lyrics and the melodies.
What was it like when getting your song on ESPN, SportsCenter, and also on Sirius Radio?
I said to my parents, look, I'm on the TV. So it was really cool. They TiVoed it. They played it every 15 seconds, called all their friends. That was pretty cool. I made them proud, which made me really happy. It was a trip. I'm on TV. That's so cool. I'll never get over it.
Are you spiritual?
Yes.
Okay, how do you define your spirituality?
It's myself, has nothing to do with anybody else. Big difference between religion and spirituality. Religion is it's a governmental form. It's the rules and institutions, and there's sometimes they have good rules, but man does tend to fuck it up. And like when I used to go to church as a kid, they said we are not allowed to play music here. No live no instruments. That's a sin. I was like, you're kidding me, right? And so I'm like, I'm out. This church is stupid. So it's hard to actually go to a church because there's always these rules. Someone's going to think stupid things, and you have to take it for what it is. Go because of this community of people that share like beliefs, but there's not one right answer.
What's next for Fiction, Reform, and Brenna Red?
Dollar bills. No, we're gonna conquer the local scene, make sure every show is packed, everything is fun, every vibe we get is nothing but good. And then once we do that, once we have enough good buzz, which we're actually doing a lot right now, hopefully we're gonna jump onto some medium to large tour, which we can't really talk about right now, but that's what we're going to do.
This is the Blairing Out with Eric Blair show with Brenna Red of Fiction Reform, signing off.
The Blairing Out Show.